Yippers, we're back. We're back again. We're doing this. We're doing it real. Hey, there's Jack Frost. Hey, and there's Cheers to Bourbon Lover. Oh my God,
It's a little old fashioned. It's our guy.
That is our guy, but that's Bourbon Lover.
Yep.
But it's the same dude.
I don't think it's the same dude, is it?
I think so.
Yes.
It's the same dude. Okay. Well,
Anyway.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the show again. We're back. We're doing this. Real quick on the Spotify thing with Downfall of Society, the music you hear, that was my band back in the day. I talked to the lead singer. I've had some people reach out to me and say, well, we can't find it on there. You can. They're doing weekly releases of each song. And so if you got there early, you got all the songs. But now they pulled the album back and they're doing weekly releases. That's what Spotify wanted to do to draw more people to it. Like, it's not really that cool anymore, but I still dig it. It's still some of my favorite music in the world to listen to. But real fast, I want to say a quick happy fucking birthday. And I know I don't cuss on the show, but I'm trying not to Mr. Cafe 305. He's in the old people club now. And I love the fact that he's old. I mean, I really do. I mean, that's a great thing to be at this point. Like, yes, Generation X is the most prominent generation in the history of generations, outside of probably the boomers.
Are dying.
I just said outside the boomers. I mean, I think, well, that's not true. It'd be greatest generation, Generation X, boomers, and then all this other fluff that's been the puffery we've had over the last couple of years. But anyway, so happy birthday, Billy. So glad you're one of my besties, one of my best friends in the entire world. Love you to death. I love your business. I love everything you do there at Cafe 305. So I am personally raising the glass to you, my friend, and thank you for being one of my best of friends in the entire world.
And he is working on something for his kid right now, so that's why he's not responding. But we'll get back to that.
Yep, we'll get back to that. But he'll be able to watch it back if he.
It's not that he can't stand Jody. He's just busy.
Yeah, he's busy doing something else. He's not listening here. So I'm going to talk about something this real quick. What in the world was that?
That was Gino.
All right,
Gino's one-button soundboard.
Okay, yeah, he's our producer over there, our engineer. He's pushing buttons and stuff. Anyway, guys, whether it's David or Gino or Jack Frost or Billy or Rob, thank you all for being here. You know, the whole idea of this whole premise behind this is, by the way, like, love, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. We keep this free for you guys because we have all these people going, look, we can pay for this. That's not true at all. I'm making all that up. But we keep this free for you without going to Patreon or something like that because we just want to have fun. And so this is supposed to be a bar conversation. We're just sitting here just chatting, just chilling. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion or anything that's triggering. We are going to touch a little bit tonight on something that is risque in the aspect of politics, but you're not going to hear us. I hope that we don't take a side in it. I just want to tell you kind of like how that part goes. But anyway, guys, all welcome to the show. What's everybody drinking? I'll tell you what I'm drinking first. I'm just having a little bit of the Trace tonight. I may move over to Larceny Barrel Proof, but right now I'm just doing the Trace.
Cool.
Very nice.
What about you, David?
Enjoying. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so I got something. This is something new that I picked up while I was in Mexico at the duty free. This is not Mexican. This is actually Venezuelan rum, but it's at the duty free. So it cost me about $50. It's called Ron Anejo Carapano, and it is Venezuelan, like I said, aged 21 years, partially aged in ex-bourbon barrels, so it does pick up a little bit of those bourbony qualities. Slightly, I would say. Mostly, it's just a vanilla bomb, and it's not bad, but it is very vanilla forward. I enjoy this. If I wanted a sweeter, like dessert type drink, I would probably reach for this, no problem.
So, how close is it to that one that's what's it called, Bombay or something like that? No, that's not right. That one that has the X's on the cover of it, and it's
the skull Bumbu. Yeah,
Bumbu. Yeah,
Bumbu. That's awful. That's awful.
Bumbu is way the fuck sweeter than this.
No. That's what I'm asking you. So, how does it compare? Because I'm not a rum drinker, so tell me how it compares.
You are a little bit.
Only when you're over.
Fair enough. It's just, it doesn't taste dosed. It's not cloying. It's not like a heavy sugary taste, but you do get like almost like like someone put a lot of vanilla extract in it is kind of what it tastes like. So you get the very strong vanilla first, and then it fades into like kind of like the darker fruits and things like that you can get off of some rums, and then it finishes just slightly like a bourbon, rounded off medium finish. Seriously not bad, but not
nearly
as sweet like that the Bumbu, like just sugar bomb.
Right.
Vanilla bomb by comparison.
That'll drop some panties though, Boomball will, or whatever it's called.
Bumbu.
Yeah, that'll drop some panties, because I will tell you what, if you can get a girl that doesn't drink at all and she puts that on, or she drinks a bunch of that, I mean, not that I've experienced this, but panties will come off, whether by force or not.
What the fuck was that?
That was Jack Frost. So here's what we'll do. We'll go to Gino real quick. Gino, what are you drinking tonight? I do have a question for Jack Frost when we get to him, but go ahead.
Okay.
Gino
just did a bottle kill of his Angel's Envy finished rye. And so
love that stuff.
A few minutes ago. Oh, delicious. I love it. Now we're moved on to the Ponfé. Rye. This is their cast strength. This is probably my favorite rye out there.
Pennsylvania State Stores finally started carrying it.
I know. And
he's getting the production.
Getting the Somerset. Yeah. And the nice thing about it, it's a fairly young rye. There's no real age statement on it, but you can tell it's a little bit young. But it is absolutely delicious. The fruit profile on it comes forward right off the bat, and followed by a mild rye spice that just lingers on and on.
Real quick, we do have a problem with this. We do have a problem with the screen, real quick. So I'm hearing from a reliable source that the screen is. But now when I look at it on YouTube, let me turn it down real quick. I'm not seeing it the way she's seeing it. I see it just like I'm seeing it right now, like this.
I noticed on the pre-show. Before Jack showed up, Billy and Rob kept switching spots.
Oh, that was because of me.
Okay,
I had a slip.
I didn't know. But back to the Ponfé. I mean, this is absolutely delicious. It is one of my favorite ryes out there, and I am a huge rye fan. So if you can find it, and like Rob said, it's in the PA State Stores now. Hey. You can also, if you're more remote, except for the poor individuals down in Tennessee, you can order it online. And
I believe they are shipping to 40 plus states. So
yep, they ship to me,
and they're not shipping this one since July 31st, 2017. I remember that date specifically because I used to order all my Blantons. That's how prior to building a relationship with one of the Patels. That's how I would build. That's how I would get all the Blantons that I had, and I still have Blantons from that initial offering, but I would get all my Blantons. I definitely like the barrel, not the barrel, but the straight from the barrel and the gold. I have to order that, and it gets sent straight to my house. Only thing I had to be was UPS had to build a sign and say that
you had to be able to sign for it.
Yeah, you're 21 years old or whatever.
But the thing I like about this, I mean, it's local. This guy's starting up his distillery. And he's making some good product, and he's using, after my wife and I up there when we first encountered this and went to the distillery, we got a private tour with the owner and the master distiller.
Nice.
And learned all about what they're trying to revive. They're in Somerset, PA. They're trying to bring back the recipes of all those pre-prohibition era ryes and stuff that were in Pennsylvania at that time. So
it's funny.
Wonderful.
It's funny you bring that up because a lot of people don't think 12-year Pappy family recipe is a rye, and I would argue that it is. It's definitely heavy rye forward. Family recipe 12-year. It drinks like a bourbon, but it is heavy rye forward, and it is the best. So when you said that earlier, like, it's best rye you can buy, I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't like ryes, and that's one that I do love. But anyway, moving on. Jack Frost, welcome back to the show. Nice freaking ambiance there, man. That looks good.
Thank you. I still got some empty spaces that I just need to put stuff in. I just haven't had a chance.
So you got through the flood and all that stuff, and
Yeah, what a story. What a fiasco.
Real quick.
I'll tell
So
you.
are all those at the bottom, are those Stanley Cups? Not
they're
like the
Buc-ee's-
Stanley Cups. Stanley.
The
That's
Bucky's
hilarious.
versions of them. Yeah. So,
That's slightly gay,
um,
but I like that though. I think it's kind of cool.
yeah, I got the new Christmas ones here. I got the 2 for 4th of July. I got Halloween one, and then St. Patty's Day.
Nice.
And
Well,
what's
welcome
something
back.
to
I like
show
your
for the
shirt, by
brother?
the way. Your shirt looks great. Brings out your eye color. But anyway,
I'm trying to be dapper and polite, and
all right. So tell me. So what are you having? What are you sipping on tonight?
So rare to find this, but it's still Austin,
Still awesome.
and it's a 7-year bourbon. It's a single barrel coming in about 100 and just over 110 proof, and it was picked with one of my local kind of groups, the Sinners Club. One of the guys there is a kind of a. He was working with Copper Sky for a while, and
That's where my
So-
question was here in a minute. I'm gonna ask you about that here in a minute.
yep. And then so they do a lot of barrel picks, and I picked up a couple there. This one here, this one's, like I said, it's 7 years straight out of Texas, and it doesn't taste like a Texas thing because they do this thing called
Nice.
what is it? It's I think it's cold water something or other, where they'll barrel
water
all their
chilling?
whiskeys, cold water reduction. And then
Yeah.
they'll add water to it throughout the course of its maturation to keep the proof at a certain level. So it's
Okay.
it doesn't dry out real quick because there's no temperature change really in Texas, at least in Austin anyway.
unless you're Ted Cruz, you can go to someplace in Cancun, and then you get the worst freeze that's ever happened in all of Texas.
Right. Yeah. The one time. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm into now. So it's all grain to glass. They source all their stuff within Texas, and this one is, like I said, they have a couple of really cool things that every year they do. They have a red corn release, they have a blue corn release. They do this monster mash, and I don't know if you know. I'm sure all of you know this name, but Nancy Fraley.
I know Nancy Fraley. Yeah,
She is the head kind of blender distiller there.
Master blender.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So let me ask you this. So Texas. So here I got two questions. So one is based on your Texas rendition of distillates. The first one is, so Texas. When it comes to Texas blends, I'm not a big fan. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I don't like a lot of Texas stuff. Now, Michelle, she loves some Texas stuff, but I'm like, I just don't like it. I don't like any of it, right? So I'm asking you, as a person that, I pick up a lot of like those, it's almost like those peated notes that I don't like, or those single malt notes that I don't like. It's what I pick up with a lot of Texas. So do you pick up any of that? Or if you do, is that more towards your wheelhouse? And then I got to follow up.
I don't pick it up with Still Austin. Some of the other ones like TX or Garrison, I can pick up.
Sure.
Yeah, I can definitely pick up like that. It's almost tastes stale to me.
Yeah. Like, that's exactly the way I would explain a single malt. It's stale. Stale taste.
Now, Colorado single malts are different.
Disagree with you. You're going to say Shanahan's, and I disagree with you. I gave that to David because that yellow single malt, that was horrible. However, the Black Diamond and the Blue Diamond, or whatever it's called, those were
Black Diamond is good. I remember the Black Diamond.
Yeah.
It's been a while,
So,
but
they
And
have
their sherry cast is fantastic too.
Yeah. Stranahan's has some really good stuff. They actually just released a 12-year, which is a blended. Their oldest is 12. It's actually 8-year, but their oldest is a 12-year blend, so they call it a 12-year, which is, I don't particularly, I'm kind of like, there's labels and there's classifications and there should be sets. I know a lot of them aren't.
Right.
But they call it a 12-year, but there's 8-year in it. So you're only supposed to call it the youngest of what you add to your blend. Is that what you're supposed to call it? So, but no. So back to Still Austin, I don't get that same type of staleness or even dry a dry stale. I don't get that. I think it's the water reduction that they add, as the process that they do to this. It's such a, I mean, you can tell I have plenty of Still Austin, and some of them aren't open, but I do have a lot of them that are open in a different location. And it's pretty remarkable how I'd rather reach for this than something like an Eagle Rare or something that's kind of a main staple of really known to everybody. So
yeah, I'm drinking Trace tonight, Buffalo Trace. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I got a follow-up question. So my follow-up question is, first of all, now I'm looking for some what's it called? Still
Austin.
Still Austin. So
yep.
Those are listening that work at liquor stores. You know who you are, Michelle. So I want to make sure I get some of those, or I want to try one, because based upon your description of it, it does sound like something I'd want to drink or at least try. Now, I will also tell you that I'm a little bit cognitive of this, and I'm a little bit standoffish because you told me Stranahan's was awesome, and Stranahan's is, when you get to, by the way, they are fantastic when you get to like their, I don't know if I'm saying it right, the Black Diamond, the Blue Diamond, and all that, and the Sherry Cask. Those are fantastic. But the cast strength, or not the cast strength, but the single malt, not good at all. I mean, I would not even put steak on it, or put it on steak. But I do have another question real quick. So here's my question.
So real quick on this one, this is the original Diamond Peak.
Diamond Peak. That's what it's called. Diamond Peak. Yep. And then the other one's blue. They got a blue one too.
Yeah, it's a blue. I think it's blue. I don't know. I have that one downstairs. They stopped making the original version, which is this. They still make the Diamond Peak name, but now they're doing it with finished in. One was a tequila cask, one was finished in a rum cask, and a handful of other things. So they've kind of gone away from this original one. So I do have a handful of these. This one being batch 31 that's open. The one that's still on my shelf is actually one of the super original ones. And it actually has this one. They don't even tell you what batch is. Batch 21. Yeah. But if you look at the kind of the way that the bottle is, this bottle is completely round all the way through. All the new Stranahan bottles kind of have this flat spot.
Flat side on the back. Yeah. Yep. So my second question to you is more about Copper Sky. So, I'm friends with the previous owner and stuff of that nature. What is going down there? Because is it gone forever? That was some good juice. Like I said this the longest time, like if you had a rink, Honeycast, it went Nelson Brothers, Copper Sky, in that order. And then King's Distillery in Tennessee, East Tennessee, would have been number 3 because you could literally see the honey.
It's made with real bits of honey.
Yeah. You could literally see that if you spun the bottle and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and of course, I have number 1 of the King's or the Queen's bottles. So, and of course, I'd call Mike Root as well. I'm just asking you though.
So, I don't know, and I'm not saying this to cover anybody's asses or anything like that. I don't have a lot of the back story on it, like the.
Well, I know the back story, but I'm trying not to bring that up. I'm asking you the future of it.
It was about 8 months to a year ago. It was up for auction. A lot of their inventory and a lot of all their, the distillery, because they were distilling their own juice at that point in time. So they had their own aging barrels. They were sourcing a lot of stuff from MGP, but they were starting to distill their own juice as well.
Right.
All of that went up for auction, and then it got pulled off of auction because outside investors that were
bidding on it. I know about all that because I read the prospectus and all that stuff. By the way, prospectus is any investor that looks to buy into a security of any kind. They get the company's name, the company's information, their financials, any R&D, and also any pending litigation and stuff of that nature. So I pulled, after I spoke with Mike, I was like, I'm going to pull your prospectus. I want to know what's going on. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you off. Continue.
Okay. They failed to step up to the table. And as of right now, it's still in hiatus, and there's no news, at least through the grapevine, without talking to Mike directly. I'm not afraid. I just don't want to talk to Mike about it. I don't, I support Mike, and
Mike asked me to buy it. I'm just going to be honest with you. He asked me if I'd buy it directly. Yeah. And I was like, well, I need to pull all this information. I need to know what's going on. There's got to be more going on. And I currently have the prospectus. I do know all the stuff that's going on. I'm asking you because I've read in the will work of it, and all you guys already know. I'm a huge investor in Bardstown. I have put a ton of money into Bardstown, and I wanted to. I thought about owning Copper Sky straight up because I believed in what they do so much, and definitely Mike and I are pretty close friends, military buddies, both have doctorates. We're good dudes. But I'm asking you, have you heard anything that we may not know about?
I have not.
Okay.
There are plenty of people out there that are still looking for all the old juice and bottles.
Their old juice is freaking fantastic.
It's really sought after still, and it's not just like one of the things like,
the Veterans bottle is my second favorite bottle I've ever had in my life. I shouldn't say it like that. It's my first ever favorite bottle from them. They did a Veterans cut that was released on Veterans Day back in 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. And that bottle, and they're all numbered. And Mike sent me a personal bottle, and it was everything I could do. It didn't survive here at the house. I'm just going to be honest.
Right.
But it didn't. But it was one of the greatest bottles that I ever had. So his mixing, his distillation process and stuff of that nature is all on point. And I'm not saying it's because I might be a future investor into that. That's not where I'm not trying to breaking news here. What I'm trying to say is that I have looked into it. I did pull up the information on it. But as of right now, I'm not. I am absolutely not in that game at all. And Mike knows this. We've talked about this.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a cult following for it. It's like one of those great B-rated movies that nobody really watched, in the cinema, but now they all want it. It's kind of really it's a weird thing. It really is, and it's the only one that Colorado has over 160 DSPs or NDPs. And it's insane how many. It's like they pop up. First, we were the capital of the microbrews, and now we're the capital of like the distilleries and NDPs. But out of all of them, everybody really just really wants the Copper Sky stuff. There was another one. It was called Golden Moon, and they were out of Golden, Colorado. And the gentleman that was running that one, he's like a master distiller. He's awarded, like he worked for some big name companies, and he was just 10 years in, and he's like, I just can't. Boom, it was done. He closed his doors. Like nobody even talks about it at all. Like you can't. Golden Moon Distillery. Nobody's even heard of them. But Copper Sky. I mean, people hear of it, even outside of Colorado. So
real quick. What was that previous one? It was that you had said, and Michelle, pay attention. What was that previous one?
Still Austin.
Okay. Not Gino, but looks like Billy's back. Billy, what are
Yes, sir. I'm back.
All right. Well, you missed all the great accolades I gave you and how much I blessed you and on your birthday and stuff of that nature. What are you drinking tonight, man?
I am drinking some high quality HCO because I am currently on some mean antibiotics.
My mama said.
Yeah, so I'm first and foremost, Mr. Ice Baby. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. You look well.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, my birthday was yesterday, but for the past week or so, I've been fighting something vicious. And I haven't been helping myself much between work and Team No Sleep. So I got to do something before Rob gets on a plane because Lord knows I don't need that on my back. So yeah.
And you got a bottle to drink that came in the mail.
I know. Hey, listen, I wanted to so bad.
Still waiting on my hat, by the way.
Your hat is upstairs. You coming, aren't you? Or you want me to send it?
No, I'm not. I'm actually don't think I'm coming over
Okay.
Thanksgiving weekend. I meant to
Okay,
tell
so
you
I'll
that.
put it in the mail this week
Cool.
because I got to
cool,
put Gino stuff in the mail too.
cool.
Yeah.
My boy. That's what
Yeah.
I don't mean that like like a black white
Uh-huh.
thing.
Oh,
But-
Jody.
Oh my god! Oh my
Here
god!
we go.
Jody is the most toughest, sensitive guy on the face of the planet.
I am sensitive. And I am tough. Anyway, Rob. Love that
So,
beard, man.
I'm
What are you doing?
I'm not quite on the Billy drinking H2O thing tonight. We'll spent the last 4 days in Scottsdale.
Nice.
I drank a lot of whiskey Thursday,
Good.
Friday, Saturdays, a little bit on Sunday. So I'm stepping out and doing going a little bit easy with
Penelope,
Penelope Black Walnut
old-fashioned
Old
mix.
Fashioned.
What do you
And
think
I
of
gotta
that?
tell you, it is freaking delicious.
Is it?
Really?
Cool.
It is at 80 proof. They're bottling these cocktails at 80 proof.
Really?
Nice.
So it's not like it's coming out.
So
some of
the
the other-
Puffery guy should have been here for that because he's huge in the old fashions.
yeah,
Or Jeff.
it was $30 a bottle. I got that one, and they had the peach one.
So what you're telling me, Rob, is you just pour that straight out the bottle, add some garnishes, and you're set?
I don't need to do with the garnish, man.
It's
Just
straight up.
got me a big
Oh,
old
wow.
clear ice cube in there, and I'm
Wow.
good to go.
Nice.
Clear ice
Like a
cube.
winner to me, man.
It is.
Yeah, I'll
it
drink
is
to
a
that.
clear ice cube tonight.
So
There you go.
Oh my god!
all right, real quick. So Jack,
Oh, bloody hell.
you're doing great, but you got to stop that.
It's like
All right.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Every time you mention the word
You get-
clear ice.
No, you get one of those per episode, sir.
yeah. You've already used up your. So you
Already
used up
used
the
it.
next tip. All right, real quick. So I'm going to talk about something real quick. So we're still at the bar. We're just sitting here talking and chilling.
Yeah.
So the other day on the last show, I had told you guys that I had really gotten pissed at my son, Preston, right? And because he sent me this podcast to listen to, and it was Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. And I was like, dude, I did not raise a freaking anti-Semitic or a racist child, period. And he was like, dude, you didn't. I'm not that way. I just want you to listen to this. And I'm like, I'm not going to listen to that nonsense because that's not who I am. So I did a little research on Nick Fuentes. And this is not a conversation about Nick Fuentes. I want to make sure we're very clear on that. I do not support his anti-Semitic or his racist, completely racist views. But he is the number one podcaster for young white males. And so, all right. So 4 stars, real quick. So it's 4 stars is from Texas as well, right?
4-star.
I think it is. I
don't
mean,
know.
no, he says he's
I don't
still
know.
in Puerto Rico. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's true or
he's
not.
in Puerto
It's
Rico.
the rum he's drinking there. I think.
He might tell us here in a little bit. But
It sounds
but
delicious. Go
It
ahead.
does because it's it's got to be. They use real cane sugar, man. That's the thing when it comes to rum. You got to use real cane sugar. But anyway, so he had sent me this podcast, and I immediately blew up. I mean, I blew up and I sent him text messages. Then I called him. I was like, "This is ridiculous." I was pissed, right? I was like, "That's just not how I raised you to be at all, not at all." And so I had lunch with Preston and Jordan last Friday, and so me and Preston was fashionably late. Jordan let him know. He was like, "I got 23 minutes to spend time with you, brother." And so, and by the way, that was one of the cheapest meals I've had all weekend long. It was $106, and it was I paid for all 3 of us. I had 3 or 4 drinks, and Preston ate.
Whoa.
I know, it's what I'm saying. Like
That's
normally go to Italy's. He's $106 by himself. But anyway, so we ate at this place called Sportsman's Grill here in Franklin, Tennessee. I think it's technically Brentwood, but anyway. So he said, "Dad, I really want you to listen to this." I'm like, "Dude, I did not raise you this way. I'm not going to listen to that nonsense." He's like, "Dad, please just listen to it." And so I said, "You know what? I'll listen to it if you'll listen to one of my podcasts." So I had sent him one on MH. So I don't believe in conspiracy theories. However, I just don't know how you lose a whole freaking plane. MH370, right? Which is the Malaysian airline. All right.
Yep.
And there's a lot of freaking conspiracy theories on that. So I listened to this whole 3.5 hour podcast on that. And I was like, yeah, these guys are exactly like me. I just don't know how you lose in modern time we're in today. I don't know how you lose this. I said, you know what? I'll listen to yours if you'll listen to mine. He said, Dad, I'll do that. It's not about that. I listened to the Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes interview or podcast. I don't agree with nothing he said, but it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then probably the thing I picked up the most is he talked about how women are not like women. Men today are looking for women. This was his thing that he put out there. And I've heard Preston say this. Men want women that don't have a bunch of, what's the word I want to look
Baggage.
for? No, it's not baggage. It's bodies.
Kids.
Bodies.
Yes.
Bodies.
Body
That's
count.
the thing. Yep.
Oh, the
body
body
count.
count. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want that. And he's like, I just don't want that. I don't want to be with a girl like that. And I'm like, oh my God, he's absolutely right. I mean, that's true. That's what I think too. Now, to be fair, just because I agree with that doesn't mean I agree with anything else that Nick Fuentes said. Because he does celebrate Stalin's birthday, and I'm like, why? You know, like, and Hitler and stuff like that. And I'm like, none of this makes sense to me. But where I want to go with this, because we're having bar talk, is sometimes you got to listen to your kids, and sometimes your kids are not saying something that's wrong, but they're trying. Like, I really like, one of the big things in my house has always been is there's no such thing as a man book here. Now, do I think certain books shouldn't be in school? That's a different conversation. But is there such thing as a man book here? If my son said, I want to read whatever, I'm going to let him read it. All right. And he's read some books that would be controversial to I would say everybody but me on this show. All right. And he enjoyed it. He understood it, and he understood what I picked up from it. And we had conversations about it. So, so I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes when your kids, as you're watching them grow up, just realize they're not making bad decisions. They're saying, and his exact words were to me, Dad, I do not think that you're wrong in your thoughts, but sometimes it's okay to listen to the other perspective. And I was like, can't use my words against me, dude. It's not right. So looking back on all that, I look at that, and I look at in being a first-time grandfather here in a few months. Well, not a few months. It's like still 5.5, 6 months away.
It's coming.
You know, I'm super stoked, and I just love the fact that my two. I mean, I have more than two sons, but those two sons that were there on Friday, those two guys, listen to them talk and be able to hear their perspectives and be able to hear their maturity and going, wow. You know, I think that's important as we move forward in our life. Definitely in a world that's completely janky right now. I mean, dude, you can't turn on TV without hearing about how bad somebody is, right? 4 stars. Oh, it's a rum from Puerto Rico.
It's a rum from Puerto Rico. All right.
I would love
And
to.
speaking about that rum, so I think it's more of a black market thing, but you know, like you said about the cane sugar, right?
Yeah.
So also in Jamaica, they have what's called purple sugar cane, and it's a level up from your basic sugar cane, but
Just
it's
squeeze the
almost
base
like
really hard.
it's almost a protective plant, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah, like, so it's crazy here, but we have what's called Dade County pine, in a pine tree in Dade County.
Real quick, I just got asked real quick, what's my body count? I'm like, this isn't about me. That's not where we're
Oh
going.
no! Listen, if my wife knew mine, I wouldn't be married.
And
And
yeah,
I
and I would say mine's too. I would make
Yeah.
mine's more possessive.
So it's interesting. I'll let you finish your point, Billy. But like you guys just both brought up an interesting point about guys who don't want women with a high body count. But you both just said you wouldn't want your partners to know yours.
Yeah, but here's real quick though.
It's
Here's
something
the
to think
thing though.
about.
If I could, no, it's not something to think about. I have thought about it. If I could go back in time, I would take it all back, and
It doesn't matter if you can go back in time. We're talking about
No,
right now.
that's true. That's true. But I would take it all back.
So
Yeah, but it's
It's
always
all good.
been.
It's all good. Billy,
always
where
been a double
we
We're
at?
not
standard.
gonna have a fight. It's just food for thought.
It's all good. Billy, where we at?
So like the purple sugarcane, it's like a protective species. Like here in Dade County, we have what's called Dade County pine. And if you so much as lean on one of these trees and Florida Fish and Wild Game catch you,
They break the sticks
it's
out
not
of
even a ticket. You're going to jail.
it. Nice.
Like they'll sooner let you off for illegal lobsters than you setting up a picnic around one of these trees. Like there's I think it's towards the Keys. There's like 40 or 50 acres of land. And there's only like 20 or 30 of these trees on this land, and they will not let anybody do anything with it. So that's why I don't think a lot of the rums use the purple sugarcane. And on the other subject, I clearly remember telling my wife, I said, listen, in any good relationship, one of the people was a hoe. And I'm just telling you right now, it's me. I wasn't shy about, going through my conquest as a young man, especially being overseas and, knowing how to cook. I mean, that was my game plan. And listen, it was to the point my stepdad was my co-defendant. He would get my mom out the house so I could invite girls over.
Same thing. He was like, hey, look, anytime, like when I was growing up, he would be like, hey, son, if you're going to be past curfew, just give me a call. Call me and ask for me. I'm like, okay, Dad, I got this. And then I remember doing that one time. He was like, hey, and so I said, Dad, looks like it's going to be a good night and stuff. And he's like, I understand. Come home right afterwards. And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, hey, before you go, do you need any help? I'm like,
Tag me in.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
You remember that scene from She's Having a Baby where the grandparents are down at the end of the bed?
Yeah. I think it's different with, well, first of all, it shouldn't be. One of the things I admire about my son is all of them is that they look at things much differently than we did as Generation X. Now, I still think we're the greatest generation outside of the greatest generation. And then boomers are number 3. That's just me speaking. I think we can take a vote on that. All in favor? We won.
Yes.
But you can keep saying your bullshit will work. And I got freaking over. I can just go right. Hey, Jack, push the buttons. He'll push some buttons and we'll get noise going. Yeah. You want it?
All right.
Just one.
I surrender.
Listen, his finger had an erection waiting for that.
I mean, we all watched
Not
it
just
too.
my finger.
We all watched it too. It's like we watched the blue chew go in his mouth and then go like boom.
And he was the rookie.
I mean, I put my phone away and I locked it. I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm told not to.
It's not what we
blew
said.
his
We just
wad
got to
in
keep it down
1.1
to
seconds.
a limit.
I know.
That's hilarious.
But man, I do appreciate all you guys being here. I was just so the reason why I brought that up as bar talk is that I think that sometimes we have a tendency to think as parents that
Exactly. It's because we are the parents, because we are trying to raise our kids the way we think they should be raised.
Yep.
And because we do such a good job at it, we're surprised when they have those thoughts and they bring new thoughts into the discussion. That's what your discussion's about. Really, if you stop and think about it, he's like bringing this whole different
perspective,
agenda, a different way of looking at something right into the conversation.
Well,
and
when you look at
where you already know who the people who are having a conversation are, and he's like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this guy, even though his topic is relevant. And that's what he's bringing to the conversation. He was able to formulate and come up with those ideas
Well, he was able
because
to
of the way you
articulate.
raised him.
Right, and that's the reason. That's the only reason why I listened to him is because he was able to articulate his position, and and one of the things that he had brought up. Well, it's not just him brought up. I did some research on it. I was like, why is it this current generation is so not anti-Jew? I want to make sure we're very clear on that. Not anti-Jew, but anti-Israel or Zionism. I want to know what it is, because our faith is that as a Christian, we're going to protect the Jews. That's just how we were brought up. That's what we're going to do, you know? And so I looked at that and I was like, I'm just curious about this. So when and he's one of those people. He's like, well, I think Israel's doing some things wrong. And I'm like, really? What are they doing wrong? This is not the discussion I want to have about this.
Nope.
What I'm saying is he had told me that. And I was like, no matter what I said, doesn't matter. But I did look back at it and I was like, okay, well, I brought him up to use his thoughts, to be able to use his words as the weapons. I want to know what he's thinking, right? It's just like, like Michelle, for example, one of her children literally got a major award, and he doesn't want any recognition from it. Well, we hadn't got to that yet. We'll get to that, Chuck. It's going to be in the last 5 minutes of the show.
So before the buzzer, I'm sure.
You know what? Let's go to it now. So
Okay.
there are a lot of things dropping right now. So there is BTACs are dropping. I do know that for me, Vintage and Mount Juliet's dropping a lot of stuff. They have a lot of Pappies that's dropped. I'm not a big fan of Pappies. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably the sacrilegious guy who doesn't think Pappies is all that good. I really don't. Definitely not for secondary pricing that you probably get at most places in Tennessee, because we're not a state-controlled place, right? So I don't find it, like, if I can get it for what it costs, would I buy it? Of course, I'd buy one bottle. I have it in my shelf upstairs, and I would display it and be like, it's the greatest. Here it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but someone who's had all of it, whether it's Pappy 10 or which is Old Van Winkle, or I've had 23. I think that's right. Might be 21. I'm not sure which one it is, but I've had all of them all the way up. I think the family Reserve 12-year is the best Pappy product that's ever been made. My opinion. People don't have to like it, but I speak facts, and so I'm right. So what is anybody else looking for? I'm always looking for Eagle Rare 17. I'm never going to get it, even though I have an open bid out there for $1,500.
For me, I'm keeping it simple. And actually, out of the 3 bottles that I'm looking for, one of them is not even for me. My brother-in-law is about to have his second child.
Nice.
And I let him taste Stags Jr. And ever since then, he's been like a crackhead, and I've been unable to find it at a reasonable price. I'm not paying for the price that
at a reasonable price.
Yeah. So if anybody can get their hands on a bottle of Stags Jr., please let me know. I'll send you the money right away, because this is getting annoying. And for those out there in TV land,
real quick, what's a reasonable price? Because I can get that.
$100. I'll be okay with that.
Okay.
Because here, I kid you not, you can lose your marbles over this. I saw it a couple of days ago. Stags Jr. was $400 at this liquor store.
Yeah, I was going to say
no
it was
such thing as
$325 where I saw it.
Museum.
So I was like,
Yeah.
nah. Like
Where I saw it at
bad.
last week, it was $325.
The disrespect was so bad. You ever walk into a place, you see something, and you walk out, and people look around like, "What happened?" It was that bad. I'm in no rush for the other bottle, which is the Eagle Rare 12, only because I'm assuming it will be a fantastic pour.
At some point, I do think that's going to be available. I just don't know why it's not available now.
And one of my favorite bottles, and you guys know I'm a Michter's fanboy, is the Michter's 10-year. So,
well, I got you that before.
That's on my list.
Yeah. I mean, but you guys are in a particular advantage where
Well, it's
You get
secondary
stuff-
pricing for us. I want to make sure it's clear on that. It's secondary pricing for us most of the time, because most of the, I don't mean this derogatory, but most of the independent liquor stores are owned by Patels,
Mhm.
and only Tarek does barrel picks and stuff of his own.
So let me ask you, what does the 10-year go for? Ballpark.
$500 probably.
Oh fuck no! Listen.
Mhm.
Excuse my language, but after what my daughter's school just did to me, no.
My son did the same thing to me. It's $12,982. I will never forget that. And he's on scholarship, by the way.
Listen.
And
So
I
yeah,
still
those
had to pay
would be the
$982.
only
That's
three
just the food
bottles.
bill, right?
Say that again.
Pardon me?
That's just the food bill, right?
Well, it's food and it's room and board, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the three bottles that if I could get my hands on, and like I said, the Stags Junior is not even for me. I like Stags Junior, but once you have it and you've consumed it over time, you get to experience it. Got nothing against Poppy.
Store pick Stag. It's no longer called Stag Junior, but we all know what that bottle looks like.
Yeah,
But store pick versions are better than the actual from the distillery.
no, and I understand that, but so for me, he's new into the bourbon world. He's already blown his wad a couple of times. I'm like, dude, stop. You got kids coming. Relax. So I'm, it's the one thing I can probably get for him that I would hate to see him spend that kind of money on that bottle. No. I mean, hey, listen, and I got nothing against Poppy. I've had it a couple of times, but
Poppy, it's Pappy. That's what us
Pappy,
Caucasian people call it,
yeah,
or everybody else.
Caucasity.
Caucasity. Exactly.
From the mountain of Caucasus.
It has to be a mountain of Caucasus.
Yeah, that's what Cat Williams call y'all. From the mountain of
189.
Caucasus.
Well,
yeah.
hunt for stuff there's no need to yet. When you're the Godfather, they come to you.
When you're the godfather.
When you're a Godfather, I mean, he
Yeah.
gets everything. He's like, hey, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm like, that's great. That's never gonna happen to me.
when you're Chuck, you're a man of respect.
Exactly.
And listen, I don't know if anybody else has met Chuck, but listen, Chuck is a big ass dude, and I don't consider myself to be a small guy. But if I had to fight Chuck, I'm gonna tuck tail and run. Fuck that. I'm out. I'm gonna take this L. I listen. Taking the running.
When you're big like that,
hurts a
you
lot
don't
less.
gotta fight. You don't gotta fight when you're big like that.
Nobody will ever know I ran.
No one wants to fuck with you.
This isn't like Friday.
Yeah, no, nobody ever know I ran from Chuck. But with his nose and pilot, Chuck can still find you. So,
Oh yeah.
No, Chuck. Honestly, Chuck and then of course our other Pappy, both of them. They've got excellent noses when it comes to good bourbon and stuff like that, or things we should get. Thomas is another one. But if it was going to be for me, like, yes, am I looking for 12-year Eagle Rare? Yes, it's mostly for the novelty of having it. Is more than anything, to be perfectly honest with you. But because the 10-year is the perfect pour, to be honest with you. 10-year, I mean, if you had to drink a bourbon the rest of forever, Eagle Rare 10-year is the perfect pour. Yes, I've drink a lot of Buffalo Trace, and I do love Buffalo Trace, but the perfect pour is Eagle Rare 10-year. It really is, in my opinion. That, of course, my opinion is correct, but I'm just saying that's the perfect pour. But that's a great question to move on. So, like from you, we know what you may or may not be looking for. What about Gino or Rob or even Jack Frost or even the pours? And the pours is only looking real quick. His search list is whatever I don't drink, and I buy.
Basically, I'm searching I'm searching for donations.
So that technically makes him the smartest one on the show at this point.
There it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
I will never say that, but that may be true.
The hand-me-downs.
Now,
He's
for
like
me,
suckers.
I'm really
The only
I'm
one
really
I
not-
haven't given him,
Liquor trash panda.
and what's funny is it's funny is so the other day I'm at this place called by the way, they don't have there's this place called the Barrel House. That's what it's called, Barrel House in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I know I don't say Mount Juliet correctly, but it is Mount Juliet because people don't know how to read. They know how to say all the words, all the letters, stuff. But anyway, it's called Mount Juliet, Tennessee. There's this place called the Barrel House. They definitely have the best whiskey in Mount Juliet. That's a fact. All right. But they claim that they won this major award for having the best wings. That's not true. Those were the driest wings I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
All right. And Billy or Rob, you guys are chefs, or even Gino, you guys are chefs. You know this. You don't serve somebody some dry wings
Hell no.
and then claim they're the best. And I'm like, these are
No,
not.
That's some overcooked wings. The only reason they're dry is they're overcooked.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, I'm not going to get salmonella. I mean, I agree
Right.
with you.
So let me say this, and I want us to get back to everybody else's selection. So if you're going to do wings or chicken and you want to really kind of help things be tender and the right range, first and foremost, let's go food safety. Let's make sure you start with a good product. You can't turn a poor product into something good. It doesn't work. Secondly, a little bit of buttermilk, a little bit of pickle juice.
Can I say something real quick on that? So what's funny is I listen to strange shit when I go to sleep. I know it's my second cuss word tonight, but sometimes I listen to stuff like where there was a serial killers, and there's this one guy. He was in France, I think it was. It might have been Scotland. It was someplace that's in Europe for sure. All right, and this guy, he used people to sell as he killed 30-something people. I don't know if we can say kill unalived. He unalived 30-something people, and those 30-something people he unalived, he sold them as pork products. It's so funny.
This sounds like the plot to Sweeney Todd.
No, it's true
Yeah.
story. It's true story.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd, yeah.
Soylent Green is made out of people.
But go ahead, Billy. Pickle juice,
I believe
Pickle
buttermilk,
juice.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
all on that.
Real quick, we did have excellent service at the Barrel House.
Pickle juice. Most grocery stores you can buy a jug of pickle juice now. But if you happen to have some pickle juice sitting in the back of your refrigerator, like most of us do, with the one lonely pickle in it, you can use that. It doesn't take a lot. A little buttermilk, some seasoning, maybe a touch of hot sauce if you're into it, and just let it marinate overnight. That's it. And when you fry chicken, season everything. Season the chicken, season the marinade, season the goddamn flour.
You got to dry it first.
Double
Season
fry.
the flour.
Season the flour.
Yes.
That's
Always.
the biggest thing I
Christ.
picked up from you is season the flour. I agree with you.
And
Yeah.
double fry it.
Real quick,
So-
just from viewers had said something real quick. Barrel House does have excellent steak. Their steak was fantastic.
Cool.
And service was on point, and of course their bourbon and so the service was great. I want to make sure we point that out. Service great. I even went to the bathroom, and my friend Steven showed up when I left to go to the bathroom, and he was like, the lady was like, the seat's taken, and at the bar, and Steven was like, not today. And she was like, okay. But she was nice about it. She was like, you're wrong.
Rob, give us your rundown, brother.
I am not necessarily hunting. If I run across it, I'm finding. So I'll find it. I've got enough sitting here for right now that and I'm not scheduled to really travel a lot through the end of the year. So,
Rob, listen. If I broke into your house and there was $1 million sitting on a coffee table, I'm not going to touch it. but the rolls and
I am.
rolls
I
and
will
rolls
absolutely touch it.
of alcohol you got sitting back there.
Yeah,
No,
but
make
I'll
us
leave
too
you a
many.
nasty note because you got so
I'd
much
say-
goddamn liquor.
leave them the note on the empty shelves.
Put a sticky on there.
Yeah, I'm not
Look me in the
necessarily-
eyes. This is my seat now. I'm the captain now.
Real quick, was that a lie, Steven, that I told? That was not a lie. That was a true story.
I mean, like I did find a Shanks, and I got that delivered to me through the state. So I've been kind of looking for that. But that said, if it's something that I find as I'm out there, you know, and
There it
it's
is.
worth it, I'll buy it. If not, I'm really at that point where I need to drink some shit here before.
What about Jack Frost? What about you, man?
I've been kind of a little bit less buying. I probably bought maybe 4 bottles this year, honestly. I'm nearing 400.
Really?
So,
I actually gave away 66 bottles to the poors.
Yeah.
He gave a bunch of stuff to me, and I've been enjoying it immensely. So have other people who've been here. They've been like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, come on, let's drink it up. Let's go."
I mean, not to sound, like a starfucker or anything like that, but still Austin has some couple of things coming out. They have I think it's a 5-year blue corn coming out, and then their cigar blend this winter is coming out as well. Their Tanninger, and I had last year's Tanninger, and it is absolutely amazing. It has all of the notes
What's a
that you
Tanninger?
want. It's just it's the state bird,
Okay.
and it's their special release. This is their first edition. It's 106 proof. It's their cigar blend.
Not a big fan of the cigar blends, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but you know what?
Because Joseph Magnus or whatever it is.
Magnus,
That turned me
I
away
think
from
it was
cigar
bad.
blend.
I did try.
I
it.
thought I gave you that bottle. That's not the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Did not give me that one, but I did try it at your place.
It's
I
pretty
thought it
cool
was good.
display.
That is cool display.
There's no indictment.
nice box, nice presentation.
Yeah, it's not it's not the Eagle Rare, very rare or whatever, but it doesn't light up. So they're coming out with their second release on that one. I'd probably go for that, or like I said, their blue corn. Actually, I'm sorry, they released their 5-year last year, so it'll be 6 years this year that they're going to release. So looking for basically just those two. That's kind of really what I'm looking for. The other stuff, and here's why, like knowing now what if I would have known then what I know now, I wouldn't have gone for all the Eagle Rare and all these other random bull stuff. I would have went for more of like the limited edition, the one-time release.
That's what I would have went for. Store picks.
Yeah.
That's
Can I
what I
interrupt
would-
you guys for 1 second?
Yep.
Chuck, if you're still with us on the chat, drop us a line. Tell us if there's anything you're looking for, as if you actually have to look for anything.
He doesn't look for anything. But
Yeah.
I think it's a great
delivered.
question. But
Finds him.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that we bring it
Yeah.
up. We'll let Jack finish talking while you were doing that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I got these old Foresters, 150-year anniversaries. Like those are the type of the things that I would go for nowadays, or like my brand loyalty stuff, because I have like 30-something bottles of Copper Sky. I have 2 shelves of Still Austin. I have a whole shelf of Penelope because the brand loyalty for there. I'm trying to that's the type of stuff. But like the Stag, the Eagle Rare 17s, like those would
liquor. Steven, that's not really a real thing. The whole absinthe, whatever.
Absinthe?
yeah.
Yeah, I've tried absinthe before. It doesn't really do that.
Yeah, it's
So
not
It's
the real
going to be
shit
dispelled.
anymore.
It's just really strong liquor.
It's not the real shit anymore.
Anyway, continue, Jack.
Yeah. No, it's cool. So like would I want a 17 Eagle Rare or sure, but they're not stopping production of it. They're not a limited release unless you get like a store pick or something like that, which you're not really going to get of the Eagle Rare 17. But this Pappy's, the Eagle Rares, like if somebody were to gift it to me, I would be 100% gracious for it, obviously. But I'm not really out there hunting for that type of stuff. I can go to the bar and I can go get a dram of it. Hopefully,
$60 pour. But I'm with you. I would do that too. I'd rather do a $60 pour than pay $1,500 plus a bottle for it.
All right. Who we got left? Pino?
I'm pretty much in the same vein. I'm really not hunting anything. It's what I come upon. It's like the Stag Junior. I saw it on the shelf. I asked the price. It was $325, and I said, "Yeah, no."
Well, Stag Junior, if you can get a store pick.
No, this was the flat out regular Stag Junior.
What I'm trying to tell you, if you can get Stag store pick, it's not called Stag Junior anymore, but Stag. It's not the GTS, but it's just called Stag.
Yeah.
You can get a store pick of that. The store pick, like the best store pick I've ever had of that is from Vintage. That is the best store pick. The second one would be from Elixir. Those two store picks were the best ever. Both of them were picked by the staff of the place you were at. So those are fantastic. But if you ask me what I'm looking for, I mean, obviously I'm looking always for Eagle Rare 17, but it's more for novelty purposes. And it would be the one drink I wouldn't drink. And that kills me because you guys know how I am. I like to open up and drink stuff,
Because the Penelope cigar blend isn't the best.
I don't think so. For me, I'm just not a big fan of the cigar blends at all. At all. They're
short too. I've got a bottle of short barrel cigar blend, and it's quite nice.
By the way, my fourth best honey blend ever has been the Bee's Knees. I think it's what's called from Short Barrel.
Bee's Knees.
Yep, that is good. Oh my God! If you can get that, you need to buy that every day.
Yeah, Gino, what else you got, brother? Before we end the show,
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so let me, if I could, before we wrap up. Cool. So tomorrow is Veterans Day, guys. So shout out to my.
By the way, today's the Marine Corps' birthday, 250 years.
There you go.
Thank you for your service, Mark. I know you're not with us today,
guys,
but thank you. And guys, I have one request. This year is going to be difficult for me to do a food drive, but our fellow citizens are hurting with a lot of the stuff that's going on. So I want to ask everybody a favor. If you
if you can say ask.
Jesus Christ, man.
Ask.
I'm just trying to say.
I love Jody. So here's my thing, and I've called out.
Is that wait? Is that your way of saying bless your heart to him?
No, that's
like when he says something fucked up, you're like, I love Jody.
Bless
his heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless his heart.
But listen,
grandmother says to his son.
If you guys could, in the area where you're located, and I know Jody's been helping a lot as well.
With Hope Ministries,
Yes, which is absolutely beautiful. Guys, drop a 60 spot on your local food bank or buy some food because they're going through it now because they're under a lot of pressure. Or give time.
Time is more important. I'll be honest with you.
It's definitely more valuable.
My little brother Sean tells me that all the time. He's like, time is the most important thing. He's right.
But if we can, let's try to help out our fellow citizens and the food banks because they're under a lot of pressure, and hopefully this thing will be over soon.
Well, it's already over now.
Well, but still, people are still
feeling the pain.
Yeah, the effects are far and wide. Today on my journey,
but the official shutdown of the government is now gone as of today.
Okay. I was throughout my travels today. I went through a park or drove by a park, Amelia Earhart Park, and the line to get into the park to receive food, I kid you not, I think it had to be at least 2 miles long.
Wow.
And that's just to get in. And it was heartbreaking to me because I don't waste a lot of food. I almost don't waste any, but I go through a lot of it. I spend a lot of money on food, a lot of money. I've spent, oh, you guys don't even want to know about the money I've spent on equipment. But I
know
haven't,
this, by the way.
yeah, I haven't really splurged on anything, but this coming weekend, I plan on giving away my entire Sunday of business profits to one of my local food banks.
Nice.
And it's a little hit, but you know, it's God has given me $1 million more, so I'm not going to even fix my mouth about that. But if you guys could time 60 spot, whatever you spent on your last bottle, I don't care if it was 20. Let's just try to help out our fellow citizens if we can.
I feel that.
I agree with that. All right, so let's end the show with that. So love, definitely subscribe. And by the way, the reason why this show is still free to all you guys, because we can do it, because I want you guys to subscribe. We're trying to get to, I don't know, five subscribers by the end of the week. All right.
We're pushing those big numbers around here.
No, I heard Josh. I listened to Pate State, which is Josh Pate. He does this football thing, and it's sports ball. You don't get into
sports
that.
ball.
Yeah, sports ball. But anyway, so I love sports, and I listen to Josh Pate. Josh Pate is one of the greatest people. He lives here in Tennessee, but him and his show is one of the greatest shows you could ever watch if you're into college football. It's college football 365 days a year, all the time. All right. Let me finish. So every Sunday and Tuesday for sure year round, and then he does Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday because he does his picks for people who gamble and stuff like that. But my point being is, he says that every time. He's like, hey, we're trying to get to 1 million subscribers by Thanksgiving. All right, we want to do that too, but that's not pragmatic. So can we get to 5?
I think we do actually have more than 5. I haven't.
No, we got 200, but I want to get more than 200.
Yeah,
5 more. So 205.
We'll make it 205. That's what's up. That's up.
Before we go, Chuck had put out a list of some stuff. Can we read that off real quick?
Yeah, let me go back to that real quick. H. Taylor, BTAC, Michter's 20-year, Eagle Rare 17, George T. Stagg, what's PVW, Pappy Van Winkle 23 and 19, and this last one I do not know. RO.
No, that's what's it called? It's
Old Rip Van Winkle.
Old Rip Van Winkle 10. Okay. I had him
so he likes the old.
That's a good lineup. Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, the lineup can't afford it.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah, for me, it's not like a tiny commentary because
I always try to get a GTS, and so I have a GTS.
Allocated.
I have a GTS bid in right now. I always try to get GTS every year, so I have a bid in right now for 8 bottle that has come. Pepe Van Winkle, I can get that tomorrow. I really can. I just not a big fan of Pappy Van Winkle. Just not. To me, it's not even worth the retail price for it.
Yeah.
Is what it is. All right. End of the live show.
Boom.
Be good to yourself, guys.
Be good to yourself, my
Be
friends.
good to yourselves.
Negroes, please.
Cheers.
Fuentes, please.